Okay, we're here in Portugal at the Portimao circuit for the international launch of the BMW S1000RR. Joining me here is Joseph Meckler. He's the product manager for the S1000RR with BMW. He's going to tell us all about the bike. So this is BMW's first superbike. Yeah. Why did BMW decide to go into that market, a market that it's never really been in before?
Yeah, it was a long dream of all BMW employers and engineers to go in this market, and it's the second largest segment whole in the world.
Fair enough. Well, there's a lot of competition from both the Japanese and the Italians. Now, BMW's got a long history of twin-cylinder motorcycles, but of course in the last 20 or 25 years they've built a lot of four and even three-cylinder bikes as well. So why did they go for a four-cylinder bike over going down the Ducati route of a twin?
Yeah, it's the only way which we are thinking which you can really be competitive in this segment, and we have made benchmarking. And you see what the Japanese has done, and we really do it a little bit better as they.
Fair enough. Well, certainly a very pretty bike. I think this is all lava green.
Yeah, it's acid green. We call them acid green.
Acid green. Well, let's. Yeah, okay. It's a very unusual colour. There are other colours though. There's a whole bunch of different colours, and we'll run some pictures of those through this video presentation, so you'll see the other colours. But it's a very interesting motorcycle. There's a lot of new technology, a lot of very interesting things. Can you give us some highlights?
Yeah, some of the highlights are our suspension, because our suspension is really easily to adjust, because you can do it with the key. You have here the clicks where you can adjust, and there are 10 clicks, and you can really easily adjust, and you can measure, you can look it, and you know where you are. This is one of our keys.
Right, fantastic. Yes, during the presentation we were told all the suspension is very easily identified as to what the settings were. You don't have to count all the clicks, unlike a lot of bikes. Now, 1000RR. Jörg Vort is the drivetrain manager. He's developed this engine for World Superbike racing and obviously for street use. Christoph's going to help translate for us. Jörg, tell us about the motor. You've got ram air, lots of technology in this motor. Tell us about the highlights and why it's special and why it's different to the Japanese brands, for example.
Okay. Wir haben bei dem Motorrad Folgendes umgesetzt. Wir lassen die Luft direkt vorn durch den Rahmen in die Airbox hinein, sodass wir den maximalen Staudruck hier vorne darstellen können.
Okay, we have the air coming in right from the front through the frame so that we get the maximum ram air.
Yep. So we've got ram air. We've got ram air coming in, and then what's unusual about the fuel injection?
Wir haben zwei verschiedene Einspritzleisten, die untere Einspritzleiste und hier oben ist eine weitere Einspritzleiste, sodass wir bei höheren Drehzahlen ab 5500 Umdrehungen und 3/4 Gas schalten wir die zweite Einspritzleiste hinzu.
Okay, so we have two injection parts, one at the bottom, one at the top, and as of 5,500 RPM, we also use the second one on top to inject.
And the valves, the valve train arrangement and the rest of the intake, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Ja, wir haben hier einen sehr kurzen Ventiltrieb, beziehungsweise wir haben ein Zwischengetriebe hier unten und haben da eine sehr kurze Kette untergebracht für sehr stabile Steuerzeiten.
Okay, we have at the bottom an intermediate gear and a very short chain for the valve to have very short control times.
Right, okay.
The next is we have here Titan Ventile.
We have the titanium valves there.
Wir haben diese Schlepphebel hier nach Formel 1 Vorbild.
And we have here the same as in the Formula 1 system, the cam followers.
Yep.
And the next is we have inside the airbox here die verstellbaren Saugrohre. Saugrohrlängenverstellung.
And here inside the airbox we can adjust the length of the air intake tubes.
And how is that controlled?
It is electronic controlled, and this position in der oberen Position wir haben Maximum Power. Die sind
maximum power in the upper position here.
And von 1200 Umdrehungen bis 11.250 Umdrehungen sind die Trichter unten.
and from 1200 RPMs to 11,250 RPMs. These parts are at the bottom here.
Okay, and then it goes up till 14,200 RPMs.
Fantastic. And the clutch is special as well?
Das ist eine Backtorque-Limiter-Kupplung. It's
anti-slip clutch.
Back torque.
yes.
Clutch.
And the exhaust system has multiple valves and
Multiple valves in the front. Wir haben zwei Interferenzrohrklappen.
We have two interference flaps in the front.
Und hier eine Geräuschklappe.
And there's one noise flap in the back.
Zwei Lambda-Sonden
We have two lambda probes.
und zwei
And two catalytic converters.
Okay. And how much horsepower does she put out?
Die Leistung?
So,
Wie viele
sorry.
Verstärker?
Wir haben 193 PS
193 horsepower.
and
There we have it.
13,000 RPMs.
Sorry, how many was that?
13,000 RPMs.
At 13,000, so very powerful motor. We've been out there riding it today, and you'll read the full report in Cycle Talk, but she's got some go. BMW's done a fantastic job with the new S1000RR. This is a very impressive sports bike. It's going to go straight to the top of the class as far as the quality and performance that are being offered in the marketplace today. It doesn't matter whether you ride an Italian bike, a Japanese bike, this new German entrant will be a competitor, and you should seriously consider it if you are in the market for a brand new large capacity sports bike. 193 horsepower, it's very, very, very fast. It's got a lot of interesting technologies. The suspension's good, the engine's great, but the rider assistance technologies, the traction control and the ABS systems really do have to be felt to be really understood, and to be fully understood you've got to do more than one day on the track too, like we got. In the morning it was very wet track, and it was a lot of fun, believe it or not. Normally a wet track, it's just not that enjoyable. You're always feeling like you're going to be thrown onto your ass with a big bike. So with the bike in rain mode, it's only got 150 horsepower, which is more than enough on a wet track, and it's still a lot of fun. It was popping the front wheel up still a little bit, although that's when the electronics would kick in and bring it back down again. So it's a real lot of fun. You will enjoy this motorcycle if you jump on one. Pricing starts at just over 20 grand, comes to 25 with the electronics. Really recommend you go that way. A lot of fun with the electronics, makes it that much better. Certainly if you are moving to your first big high performance bike, being able to put it in rain mode, even on dry tracks, things like that, will bring it back down a little bit and make it that much more rideable and controllable. So get out there and have a look at this new motorcycle. It's a really interesting entrant into the marketplace. BMW's produced high performance cars for donkey's years for various political and corporate reasons. They didn't in the past, but in the last decade or so they've been producing some very fast motorcycles, and the S1000RR is going to go down as a classic sports bike. A lot of fun. Recommend you have a look.